Japan says sorry, but it has to dump this Fukushima radioactive water into the ocean.
Here's a summary of the article.
Japanese officials say they've put off the unavoidable release long enough. Moving ahead. Japanese Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga says that the government has put off figuring out what to do with all of the contaminated water building up at the destroyed Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant for long enough, and it's time to start dumping it into the ocean. Suga's hand is forced given that the plant will soon run out of space to store the contaminated groundwater seeping into the facility, the Japan Times reports, and he's framing the controversial plan to release the water into the Pacific Ocean as unavoidable. Japanese officials have been debating how to best contain the radioactive water at the Fukushima plant for years, but the plan that seems to have stuck is to purify the water as best as possible, dilute the radioactive tritium that persists even after the cleaning process, and to dump it over the course of 30 years. What to do with the treated water is a task that the government can no longer put off without setting a policy, Japanese Trade Minister Hiroshi Kajiyama told reporters on Wednesday. Outside of government halls, the plan is still considerably unpopular, especially among fishers who are concerned no one will want to buy fish caught in radioactive waters. That means, Japanese officials say, the water won't be dangerous to people, though only time will tell how much people trust it.
This post received a score of 41,000, with an upvote ratio of 78%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The important bit, the plan will be to dilute tritium down to just 2.5% of the maximum concentration allowed by national standards before dumping it out.
And dump in over 30 years. Reading the headline made me think that they were just going to open the tanks and flush it all into the ocean untreated and all at once. I feel way better about it after reading the actual plan.
People don't realize how much radiation they are exposed to on a daily basis. Airline pilots actually have an increased rate of cancer compared to the general population because of how much time they spend without as much shielding from the Earth's atmosphere. If it's low enough, certain radiations aren't a significant risk to your health. Edit. Since some of you aren't inclined to look this up before responding, here ya go.
Flying from NY to LA gets you around 40 microsieverts, approximately 8x as much as a dental X-ray, which is on par with eating 50 bananas.
Bananas for scale.
Whoa, so is that really small or just far away?
I'm not small. I'm just really far away cool. Johnny Bravo's protege in that one episode where Johnny Bravo has a protege.
Oh mama.
Dilution is the solution to pollution. Edit. I heard this as a joke when I was taking classes to get a HAZ cleanup license.
I still remember my prof saying this in university in my engineering classes.
My environmental chemistry professor would say the opposite smiley face.
Pollution is the solution to dilution?
If you pollute enough, it's functionally not diluted.
When fund pollutants become superfund pollutants.
Edit. I am making this edit to clear up some stuff I see a lot of people have been asking, saying, shipping it to the Arctic is not a feasible solution. Sending it to space, do I even have to answer this? Edit 2. Thank you for the gold, and other awards kind strangers.
As chemists like to say, sometimes dilution is the best solution.
Shish. Don't say that too loudly, you will give homeopaths grand delusions of being chemists.
More like grand delusions.
Dilutions of grandeur.
Perfect. How did I miss that?
God. There's a lot of misunderstanding in this comment section. The best way to effectively eliminate radiation is to spread it out in the safest place we can. By slowly letting it into the ocean, it's getting diluted so much that it effectively becomes indistinguishable from normal background radiation. Nothing is going to happen that isn't already happening at the current storage facility in the meantime. Edit to add. Their main concern is the tritium concentration, which has a half-life of 12.3 years, so there's a relatively quick decay curve, plus having it spread out over the entire ocean slowly. This is a huge story about exactly nothing at all. The water of the ocean will keep the minimal radiation it does produce very well contained.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.